up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today is episode 3 of Under the Tree Broadcasting. Today you can see I'm actually outside. Today normally I'd be like in a house or sitting somewhere else, doing these kinds of videos. But today I decided to actually be outside under the tree, right? So today in this video, I want to get more vulnerable than what I normally do when I'm, doing these kinds of videos. Honestly, don't even know what I want to talk about today. That's the crazy part. A lot of times when I do these videos, I always feel like I have to plan them ahead of time in order to know what I want to talk about. But today I decided to just talk about it, so it can be more raw, more authentic, and so I can be able to connect with you guys on that level. Oh, hold on. Oh, y'all had changed my pocket. I thought it fell out. I was about to get upset now. Hold on. Okay, but so yeah, that's the reason why I don't know what I want to talk about. But this is episode 3. Last time I didn't know. This time I do. If this wind do this shit one more time, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay? I don't know why he's doing that. I don't want to have to go through so many takes with this wind. Lord, please. Let this wind slow down so I can make this video. Okay? A little bit of wind, not too much wind. You know what I mean? That's too much wind. That's too much wind. There's too much wind. Okay. Hopefully the heaviness of my phone will allow me to do this. So let's continue, shall we? Let's talk about today. First off, I was in the house today before I came out here having a little bit of a emotional, not panic, but you know how you think about things that you want and then you feel time is going by, you feel like you're not moving fast enough. It was one of those moments. So I was in there tearing up. I'm not probably gonna tell you why I was tearing up. Well, actually I will. I was tearing up because by this age I thought I would be at least I don't know, with somebody or have a baby by now. But the year just started, right? So it's not like life just gonna be 2025, bam. It's not realistic, right? So, oh shit. There you go again, y'all. Okay. So for me, it was just one of those moments of feeling So for me, it was just one of those moments of feeling where am I doing what I'm supposed to do, right? And I've realized when it comes to life and living, I hope y'all can hear me. I'm gonna get a little closer. But I just feel like when it comes to life and living, it's you gotta expect the unexpected. You don't know what life is gonna do for you until it actually does what it does. So, good or bad. But it was just a moment for me, just thinking about that. 25 now, almost 30 in the next 5 years. But then 5 years is so long from now. If you actually think about 5 years, it's 365 days in a year. That's over 2,000 days away. So why would I be worried about that when I'm in this day? Like, they got an RV over there, y'all. Traveling. I know that's right. Travel the world. Anyways. But yeah, but I was just thinking about that. Like today, like, I shouldn't be rushing myself for life. So if you're rushing yourself for life, don't rush life. Don't rush yourself. Just allow life to happen the way it's supposed to. And everything will happen the way it needs to. Because I be thinking about that. You know how we go online, we see everybody on social media living their life and doing what they're doing. They're like, oh, I wish that could be me. And it can be you, but it just in the right time. Everybody's timing is not the same, sorry. Everybody's time is different, not the same. So if you see somebody out, getting married or traveling the world or like, I don't know, say you want to play a sport, like you see somebody playing a sport better, like, or just like pursuing a career, like, or in general, things like that. Just know, like, that can still happen for you. Just because they had it at that particular time does not mean your time will not come. Sorry if I look off a lot. I just like staring out into the scenery. But yeah, I think that's just important for people to know, like, our time is our time. We can't compare our time to anybody else. That's like when we die. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about death, but if we die, like, right, and so you see somebody else die, you're not gonna be like, oh, I wish I was dead with them. Like, are you gonna say that? Some people do that, but for the majority, nobody's really like looking to be on the same time frame with everybody else when it comes to that particular thing, right? So why would you feel like that with everything else? You don't want to die with that person, but yeah, they're alive. You want the same things. You want cars. Blah blah. Right? You feel like if they got it, you should have it. But when they're gone, you don't want that. Just saying. But that's just a little premonition I had today. Like, just let life be. Let life be. And I've been enjoying every moment of this. I'm starting a new craft. Well, I wouldn't say craft. I'm starting a new what's it called when you do like a sport or something? A new sport. I guess you could call it sport. I can't wait to start sharing that with y'all, so y'all be seeing a little more content on that. I'm still practicing, going to a few classes, but I'm not going to tell y'all until like I get into the groove of everything, because I pretty much know how to do it already, but I'm still learning to get into that groove, But yeah, but I like I said, I don't really know what to talk about much right now, because I wanted to kind of just get on here and just be. Because I just want to be sometimes, I don't want to feel like I have to do these videos for you guys and I have to always come up with something, do something, when I can just be, Sometimes all you have to do is just be. So I'm learning to just be at times and just being okay with the moment, being okay where I am, where I'm going, and just being okay in general and knowing that everything's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. So I feel like, if you're in doubt, shit, I don't know, you might need to shout. Let it out. You might need to shout. Sometimes I do like these little vocal warm-ups. I be like, ooh, oh, 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 ah. And I'll be doing little things like that helps with vocalizing more. If you have a hard time like speaking, do that, okay? And do it in a place where you feel the most uncomfortable, because when you do that, that helps you come out your comfort zone. And let's get into comfort. Let's get into comfort. Since we're on the subject, I've been doing a lot of things to get out of my comfort zone lately. And from the experience of everything so far, I can say I've really been enjoying it. Has it been challenging? Very, 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 very challenging. Like I said, I'm trying a new thing, and I went to the place to do the practice, and I was just watching, observing. I didn't really know if I wanted to like continue on with it. But once I got in there, I got started. I fell on my ass a few times. I got up. I kept going, you know. And I realized, like, being in the environment and just looking at the moment, like, I may not be comfortable because there's so many people, but it made me realize, like, all the different areas I'm missing out on because of my not wanting to be around, like, big groups of people. Like, I don't have a problem being around people. Like, I've been to parties, all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't mind talking to people and things like that. It's just, for me, like, it's just people. Like, people have this weird, how do I say it? I'm talking like I'm not a person, but I am a person, but sort of, kind of. But it's just like a thing where, like, people like being around me, to where, like, even like in my job, I'm not gonna go too far into it, but people are just drawn to me, right? So when you're a person that, like, people just naturally wants to come around, be around, they get suffocating because it's like, back the fuck up. Why are you in my space? Like, I don't want you around me right now. And some people will, like, take that in offense because they feel like, oh, who are you to say you don't want me around? But my personal space is my personal space. So if I don't want you in my space, then you're not gonna be in my space. That's like somebody else coming to me saying, oh, I don't want you to stand next to me. I'm not gonna be in the fence. Okay, you don't want me around, but I don't gotta be around you. You know, but a lot of people will take that in the fence, like, I don't care, because I know me personally. Because if I want you around, baby, you're not gonna come. Because let me get into it. Like, another thing that had made me uncomfortable, an uncomfortable situation, right? So I've been, like I said, my throat chakra, right? So I've been doing that more, and I've been speaking that more. So I used to have this problem where I had a problem with confrontation. I had a problem where I did not want to confront people, not because I was afraid to confront people. I've never been afraid to confront people. I've always been bold. That's just me. I ain't never been afraid to say how I feel. I just never expect things that I say to hurt people's feelings, because I don't never say it from bad intent. So I feel like if I'm telling somebody from a good space, like, I feel like they should not be, like, taking it in offense. But I had to realize, like, they're gonna take it in offense because they have the right to feel how they feel, right? But it's just this thing, right? So for a while I had stopped telling people, like, I stopped being, like, not so honest, but just, like, direct about my honesty, right? I would be a little bit more around the bush. So during that started to push me into a point of where it started to make me come back into a phase that I already came out of when it came to, like, people pleasing. Because at one point I was so comfortable with people pleasing. Oh shit. I was just doing everything for everybody. And then I realized, like, the reason why I'm doing that, y'all, here go the wind again. The wind is not my friend today. I don't know what's up with the wind. Like, normally we be cool, we be chilling, but today they just want to get problems. They want problems always. So yeah, I had to come out of that because I realized I needed to end that for good. Because I feel like you can go into a cycle where, like, you're in that, right, and then you go back into it because, not because of you're uncomfortable. Well, you are uncomfortable because it's something that you're not used to. You're still getting used to, but also the comfortability of others. And that's another thing. I had to learn to stop doing things out of comfortability for others and start doing things out of comfortability for myself. Because if I'm in an environment full of people and I'm doing everything to make these people feel comfortable, I'm never going to be comfortable. I'm going to forever be uncomfortable. Not saying it's not okay to be uncomfortable, because it is, but when you are comfortable making everybody else comfortable, it makes you uncomfortable to make yourself comfortable. You get what I mean? So for me, that was just something I had to learn. Like, people pleasing will ruin your life. I'm gonna just be honest. People pleasing will ruin your life. Like, it will have you in places that you don't want to be in, because you feel like you have no choice. Like, I need friends, I need this. Like, you don't need that. You know what I mean? So while I was learning all of this, That's what made me realize how much I need to learn to be more uncomfortable with situations, because I recently had a situation where I had to bluntly direct how I don't want particular people to be in my space or invading my privacy, or just assuming that I'm going to do things without notifying me. Like, I get irritated when people assume that I'm supposed to just do something for them because they consider me as a nice person. Though I may be I'm not gonna say nice, though I may be a kind person, you're not going to use me and everything that I have to boost yourself, to make yourself feel better. I've been in too many situations in my life where people use me to boost their ego, their finances, their mentality, their physicality, like in whatever way, or just have love or emotionally. Like, I'm not here to fulfill people's needs, right? I'm here to do my work that the Lord wants me to do and mind my fucking business. That's really all I'm here to do. People take that in offense because they're like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're supposed to do it like this. I don't gotta do shit how you want me to do, okay? Down pat to the T, I don't have to do anything the way you want me to do. And I feel like that's what's wrong with this world and this society, and why people are afraid to be uncomfortable, because there's so many people feeling like everybody has to follow this one path, this one way of life, when life has given us many opportunities in many ways to show us that there is always more than one way to do things. People are so one-track minded, it's not even funny. I look at things around me, right? Like the tree, right? How many different types of trees are there in the world? 500 different types of trees. If everything was supposed to be one way, we would only have one tree, right? Birds. We have over 100 some type of birds, 100,000s or thousands or however many. I don't fucking know. I just know it's a lot of birds, and we all know that, right? And we all know there's multiple meanings in multiple things. So if there's multiple, that means there are multiple ways that we can go through life without feeling like we have to do what everybody else is doing. Why would the Lord make grass, different types of grass, if he only wanted us to understand one type of grass? You get what I mean? Why would he only make one particular type, multiple types of people, if he only wanted us to be one way? Like, yes, we are all people, but we all have different cultures. We all have different personalities, different circumstances, different lives. Why would we all be represented in different ways if we were all supposed to be one way? And that is my problem also when it comes to religion, because people are so close-minded that everybody feels like religion is only one way. If religion was only supposed to be one way, we will all have the same kind of form in one way. But in reality, we do have the same knowledge of religion in the same way. We just represent it in different ways because we are allowed to do that. A lot of people don't feel like we are allowed to do that because people are closed-minded when it comes to the world within itself. But if everything that God said that he made on this earth is good, then that means that this representation that we have is a great representation of the world and the life in itself, and that we should take more, parts of it instead of degenerating it and keeping it into this small conclusion of a box that we live on the earth, and like we're just here. We're just here. It's a lie. Like, all this shit here, and you told me I'm just here just to be here. I highly doubt it. So much to learn, so much to explore, so much stuff to do. But people keep themselves, people keep themselves in a bubble, trapped in life, when they say, I can't do it that way, so I can't do it at all. No. You don't have to be born rich to go get a good ass education. You don't have to be born poor to know how to work hard. It's like people, it's the mindset. It is the mindset. Literally, it's all it is, all it was, all it's ever been. And people just have misused it and mistreated it because a lot of people don't actually understand their own minds and themselves. I've learned to understand my own mind, not because I just was like, oh, my mind, but it was just like a thing because I knew it was a part of me, And I just want to understand all aspects of myself and every side of myself. And doing that calls you to also have to understand your mind, which is your mentality, the way you think, the way you treat yourself, how you treat other people, and how is that affecting your life. A lot of people feel like if they go beat somebody's ass today, that's not going to affect their life. It will. Because you might beat somebody's ass today, and they might go beat your mama ass tomorrow. And then you be like, oh, I didn't think beating their ass was going to make them retaliate. Underlying thinking. Like, come on. I feel like people should be up here, and we're all over here. How are we here and we're supposed to be up here? And I always do like research on like history, different cultures and things like that. When you go back in time and you look at all the different cultures and all the different people, no matter what ethnicity they came from, they held themselves in a powerful state of being. The way I'm looking at people now, I don't even know. This is walking zombies. Everybody's a zombie at this fucking point. Everybody's just a zombie trying to get through life, wait until they die, which is sad as fuck. Like, imagine. Well, I ain't gonna say imagine because some people live in it. But like, but imagine if you saw yourself as a higher person, right? Say like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Say if you had no doubt, what would you do? You wouldn't be doing what you're doing now, right? So why not go ahead and change that now so you can have that for yourself in the future? It took me years to get here. Like, I started this journey when I was 18. Actually, I want to say before I even graduated high school, because of all the things like I was celibate for a long time and stuff like that, but that's a whole nother journal. I'm celibate now, so that's a whole nother journal story. But it's just like stuff like that. I just want people to be more open-minded to life and all that it has, and being able to accept it for more than just what is shown at a physical face level. A lot of people only look at life in a physical form, and everybody is missing the spiritual form as well. Life is spiritual and physical. Spiritual, physical, spiritual, physical. You need to upgrade your spiritual reality so you can bring it to your actual reality. Because you can't do what you want to do if your spirit is weak. We need strong people in the spirit, okay? If we want this world to be better, y'all want life to be better, y'all want change, y'all have to upgrade yourselves, baby. It's not about Trump. It's not about Trump, it's not about Camila, it's not about, our circumstances, but us just as people. If we had nothing and all we had was ourselves, what would we do? People would be lost in chaos. People wouldn't know what to do. I'm not gonna say I would, because there's so many times I've been through moments where all I had was me. Like, I didn't have shit but myself, and it made me realize at the end of the day, all I got is God and spirit. Like, well, all I got is spirit and God is same, but all I got is the divine. You know what I mean? And that's what carries me. The divine carries me, who he or she may be. Because for me personally, I feel like it can be man or woman, considering the fact that we have female and male. You gotta open your mind. And the world was ruled by women at one point, so men need to really pay attention. Like, if whether or not God is a male or female, he or she obviously puts women on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? I'm still saying he, yes, it's because I used to be a Christian, just so y'all know. But that's why I said whom he or she may be. But like I said, men, they have this dominant, and this is what I've also learned too. I'm gonna make this video 30 minutes and then I'm gonna end it. But this is another thing I've realized too. Like, men are uncomfortable seeing women be powerful. Men are uncomfortable seeing women be powerful. Not all men, but mostly like narcissistic men or insecure men or just lying. They have a problem with that. And it's not because women can be powerful, but because it makes them feel powerful. Like, they see women and they think weak. But women have always been strong, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and also spiritually. Women, if you know how to control your emotions, they get more tapped into your spirituality. But a lot of women are not tapped into their emotions because they don't know how to regulate their emotions, because nobody ever taught people how to regulate their emotions, especially in the Black community. emotional regulation is something that people do not teach kids. I used to teach that in child care when I was working in daycare. I would teach children how to regulate their own emotions, because number one, I know that's the number one thing that people will not teach them growing up. And I know a lot of people are like, how you know their parents aren't teaching them that? Well, based on how they act at school, that's how you know what's being taught at home and what's not being taught at home. And a lot of people be like, is that really enough? Honestly, for me, it's enough to see. Other people, it may not be enough. Other people may not, they need more like physical proof, more like reactions, more data and things. But for me, most of the time, right away, I'm able to tell. Like, just like off the first reaction, I'm able to tell where that child is and what that child needs naturally. It's not just because it's like, oh, what do you need? No, like it's just a natural form of seeing the child, where they're developed and where they're not developed, and encouraging growth in that aspect of their life. But like I said, people need to be more uncomfortable. Like I said, I may have a problem with women being powerful, but I think they're gonna have to just get used to it, because in this season, they're about to see a whole lot more powerful ass women. And all those men that was trying to put women down to make themselves feel good, well, you're gonna be frowning all year, baby. You're gonna be frowning all year. I could never understand how men, even growing up, because my pops was the same way. He didn't like the fact that I would call him out on certain stuff or be a certain way, and then he will always make it seem like, oh, women are weak, right? But when you can't manipulate them, you want to put them down. So it's like you want them to be strong, but then you want them to be weak. You don't get to decide that. Like, people need to stop feeling like they can decide what other people do with their life. You are not the dictator of somebody else's life. If somebody chooses to have you in their life, that is because they choose that. That is not a necessity. A lot of people feel like having people in their life is not a necessity. It's not a necessity. You choose who you want and who you don't want in your life. If you're choosing to allow toxic people in your life to control you, telling you, what you need to do, because you're emotionally dependent on those people to tell you what to do with your life, then that is on you. You have to be able to take accountability and say, I need to stop letting people give me false ass advice, and every time I take advice, it don't lead me anywhere. People don't trust themselves enough, and that's why the world is the way it is today. People just to trust themselves and what they already do, instead of feeling like everybody else is right except for them. We will have a whole lot more mentally stable people in this world. We wouldn't have so many people out here killing people, killing their baby mamas, their kids, their cousins, their aunties, their neighbors, for fun. Because at this point, that's really what it is. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Niggas are just killing people for fun. And they trying to find any way to have a problem with niggas just so they can kill them. That's how I feel right now. Because ain't no way we waking up every day and somebody dying. Ain't no way we waking up every day and somebody done got killed, shooting their grandma at her house because he killed somebody, and she done had the old lady literally said her grandson turned himself in. These niggas went and killed her after he turned himself in. Fucked up, right? I get it. People eye for eye, but they just need to death after death after death. It doesn't change anything. Y'all need to change this. Y'all need to fight this. Okay? But that's the end of this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed this Under the Tree Raw broadcast, episode 3. I will be putting out more videos, like I said, with different topics. Even though I know a lot of these topics are hard for people to talk about, but that's why I'm talking about it, because they are hard. And because people choose not to talk about them, because they don't want to go into it. But if you never go into it, you'll never come out of it, okay? So, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, as always, blessings and love and light. I hope y'all enjoy this video and y'all have a great, wonderful rest of y'all's day. Don't let them people control you. Okay?